What happened to your donut?
Oh, it was from yesterday.
Oh, it's like, why is it
Yeah.
melting?
It's melted.
It looks very unappetizing, to be perfect.
It's still delicious. And actually, I buy it for the texture of the donut, not for the chocolate. So, yeah, I'm weird. I love the texture of the chocolate dip or the honey dip. Because when I order,
Yeah, like the fried
chocolate
kind
dip.
of like ones.
yeah, and like you said, there's Krispy Kreme at Walmart right now. So.
No, Costco.
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 Oh, sorry, Costco. Why did I
Costco.
say Walmart?
It's because they usually often will, like sometimes like
Do
different
fundraisers.
fundraisers will have them.
Right.
That's why, because you often see them at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
For not often.
So
but
when
used
I'm in
to.
the drive-through, if they don't have chocolate dip, which is one of their most popular
Well,
ones,
I mean that makes sense.
yeah, they'll say, "Do you want the double chocolate?" I'm like, "No, I don't want a cake donut.
No,
I want a yeast
I agree
fried
with
donut."
that. Yeah, you have to go on based on what texture of
Yeah.
donut you want.
Yes, exactly.
Because sometimes I do want kind of what which is more like the doughy.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want more the cake because like I like toasted coconut. That's cakey.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
And-
like that one too.
But sometimes I'm not always in the cakey mood. So then I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I want something like donutty,
Yeah.
doughy.
Yeah.
So I'll get
So when we go to Coffee Way, there's your chocolate dip.
chocolate chips, sprinkle, like all the classics.
Yeah, and the sugar twist.
Sugar
is more
twist.
cake, like
Yeah, their
doughy.
cinnamon rolls are good. Their cinnamon
Yeah.
rolls are obviously just their donut dough.
Yeah.
Just in the cinnamon roll. It's very
And
good.
the filled jelly donuts are
def-
more
doughy.
doughy.
Yeah, they're definitely their dough
and
ones.
the fritter ones.
The fritters. I love the fritters.
I can't do fritters anymore. There's too much sugar.
I will
It's
say
like,
I
oh my
can't do
God.
them as often because sometimes like I
Yeah.
feel that sugar. Like, I do like them occasionally. I don't go for them as often. I say that while I've been having powdered donuts a lot, which is literally a donut just put. But something about powdered sugar doesn't have the same impact.
No, it doesn't. It's
I don't know what
weird.
it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it doesn't have the same. Maybe because so much of it falls
But-
off the donut while you're eating it.
Like, you get covered in
You
donut
do get
stuff.
covered in it, and then you gotta be careful where it lands
Yeah.
on your body.
You got to kind of eat it like over a sink or something.
Yeah, I sometimes just go like this. I'm like, whatever, streaks of powdered sugar, whatever.
Yeah, I got sugar boobs.
Sugar boobs.
Yeah. So we weren't sure what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah, we're.
So I came up with an idea.
Oh, you can't. I don't know what this idea is.
Yeah, I haven't told her yet.
It's a surprise.
It's
for
just
all
a
of
split
us.
second thing.
Okay.
So talk about something good
Talk about something good.
that happened this week for you, and then something not so great that happened to you this week. So can you think of anything? And my good thing is I had a few clients unexpected that came in yesterday, and I had a really great time, and I was
Nice.
super up and bubbly and ready for them. Because sometimes when you have like only one client that day, you're kind of like low by the time they come in.
That's true. And also too, like sometimes unexpected when you're not really mentally prepared for an appointment
Yes,
or something.
yes.
You're like, I haven't like really built myself up for this.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you've been waiting sort of all morning or
Yeah.
that
So you
sort
feel
of
like
thing.
extra drained.
Exactly. So 2 of the people that came in were booked appointments, but then I had a couple of people that came in unexpectedly,
Okay.
and it was really good because it helped the coffers. It's like I got to make my rent, and
Don't we all?
yeah,
Don't we all?
exactly. So that was my good thing. I was like, oh, thank God, like it helped, and because I had already come off 2 readings, I was ready like for the last minute, like, do you have time? Yeah, I do. Come on in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was my good thing. What about you? Do you have anything good? I'm talking because I'm trying to give you time to think.
I know. She's like, give me that. I'm like,
Well, you got Krispy Kreme donuts.
I did get Krispy Kreme donuts, and my husband got 2 boxes because I
Nice.
did tell him to get that, and I assuming he'd only get 1, but he did get 2, so he listened really well.
Papa's rule of 2, right?
Rule of 2, yeah, we do try and do that, but sometimes life. Groceries are so expensive. The rule of 2 is a lot harder these days.
It is.
Although Costco often sells things in 2, so that helps.
Yes.
Let me see. Good thing. I guess I have a couple of good things. I qualify, so my job that I've been doing there online, I did a qualifying test thing, and I was able to get more projects that are like $30 an hour.
Oh, okay.
So I've been able to put a lot of those hours in, and so I've gotten like I think almost like $900 this month for pay,
Nice.
which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's helpful. I have basically rent covered, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also got a game on my phone. Oh no, on my iPad because I've been craving playing a game.
Oh, nice.
And so
Okay.
I wanted to like do one of like the city building games. So
Like
I got
Sims or whatever.
yeah, so they have like on your like on your Apple, I'm sure other phones too.
Mhm.
But they have an app where you can do like Sims build.
Nice.
So I did that. Now I'm like playing my little game, which is helping me not doom scroll as much.
Right.
Which is something I've been trying to.
Yeah.
not
it's,
do.
It's so easy to start doing
Well,
it.
that's exactly because I'll read because I've been in a weird reading slump where like I keep reading a book. I'm like, I'm not really into this, and so I keep switching up. So I haven't found a book yet that's really kept me intrigued. So then, if I'm not
Oh,
really feeling
yeah.
the book, I'll go on like Instagram or Facebook and
Yeah.
I'll be like doom scroll. Like, what am I doing with my life? Nothing productive. And so now instead of doom scrolling, I go on the game
Nice.
and play the game,
And
then
it distracts you.
it
and
distracts me, and then I'm like, oh, okay,
it gives your brain some downtime.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then I can go back to reading and
Okay.
try again.
Okay. Well, another good thing that I have been doing is I have been using painting as a form of meditating.
Yeah.
And
Doing stuff with your hands like that is very
Yeah.
good mindful
yeah,
exercise.
mindful exercise, creative stuff, very good for. And I've kept the TV off, and
Yeah.
I usually have to do it when I'm alone because Papa likes noise.
You should get like noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, sometimes I put my headphones on and listen to music while I paint, and that helps definitely
You
too.
can get like
but-
mindful music on too, like
Yeah.
meditation music.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because it's really hard if I have a good song that I want to beep up to, and I'm doing that with my paintbrush.
I
It's
know.
like, that's not a good mix.
No, I always have to put songs I know really well because if I something new, I'm like listening to the song more than I'm like reading my book or whatever. I'm like, oh, what is? Oh,
I can't put music on while I'm reading or anything.
oh, I
no.
can do it when I'm reading a lot. I like having like multiple things going on at once.
Oh,
when
so
I'm-
you're Papa's daughter, are you?
Yeah, yeah. I literally when I'm working, I have TV on because I'm like, oh, I work better when I have the TV
Yeah,
on.
he'll turn the TV on. He has two computer screens, so he'll put something on here and something on there. He's watching YouTube while he's watching YouTube, basically.
Oh my god. I'm not quite watch, although sometimes I can, but I'm not focused on both. But usually I have like right now I've been rewatching Modern Family, so that's been on the background
Right.
while I work. And then usually I do have my phone, but my phone usually says my timer, but I also use it for other things too. So sometimes I do have like my computer screen, my phone, and the TV. Now the TV is just meant to be like white noise, but
Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of it is the white noise for Papa. He works better. He doesn't work well in silence.
yeah, I can, but usually I still I don't know. I like the idea of a silent thing, but I still need to like have something. It's only when I start to get overwhelmed that I'm like, okay, now silent needs to occur because I'm feeling overstimulated.
Right.
And then that needs to like if the kids are like talking, I'm just talking, TV's on, like if there's too many things going on, and then like
Right.
I'm getting frustrated or something. It's like, okay, we just need to.
Right. Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Everything needs to
exactly.
go off for just a moment, so
Yeah.
I can like
You're doing
re-
this. I want you to do
Yeah,
this.
just give my brain a minute to catch up, and then we
Yeah.
can go back to
Reset,
it. But
and then we're off to the races again.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now, anything bad, it doesn't have to be bad, tragedy or whatever, because most weeks nothing horrible happens. However, for me, I got news yesterday that my Aunt Wendy is in the hospital in ICU,
Yeah.
and her kidneys are failing, and she's older, but she's very precious to me. so-
Yeah. So that's really sad.
Yeah, so,
Sad
I mean, we
news.
all eventually go, but,
Doesn't make it any easy.
It doesn't.
Even if you know it's gonna happen.
and I do carry some
Excuse me.
guilt with the fact that I don't visit the family as much as I should.
I mean, now's the time to make a change.
Yes, yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
you're still young and spry.
I know, it's like,
You can make that change anytime you want.
I can, because my uncle died not too long ago,
Yeah.
and I didn't get a chance to see him, and, not that I didn't get a chance, I didn't make a chance to
Yeah.
see him, and I carry guilt with that, too.
See, so just.
I know. I'm like, but it's the motivation, right? Because for me, they're not down the street. It's a whole thing, right? Because I have to go on a boat and take the boat and go drive they're the furthest away from the boat that you can be on this island. And And it's like, it's a whole production. And I can do it. Absolutely. I've done it many times. So it's like, whoa, what's holding me back? Why am I avoiding this?
Seems like
Because whenever I go over, they come at me with open arms of love.
yeah.
I mean, there's a couple aunts that kind of get on me about the tarot, but
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
yeah.
Well, it sounds like you gotta do some self-reflection and see what the hidden emotion is there
Yeah.
that's tying you.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that went on at the island too that, Dad was like, I know why you don't like going over there. And it's like, yeah, there's that, but somehow I got to put that aside because my family is important to me.
Yeah.
And I love them all. And I
Yeah.
love being around them when I'm around them.
Yeah.
It's the getting there that it's like,
Kind of like those that you gotta just like slowly expose yourself. The more you do it
yeah,
and force yourself, it's one of those things you just
baby
kinda
step my way into it.
yeah, and also just pushing yourself. Like
yes, you're right. Push through the barrier.
There's lots of times where I get anxious about doing stuff. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do this. But then once I do it, now think I have Ayanda, and he's a pusher.
Right.
And he knows that I can get in over my head and overthink shit.
Right.
But then when I get there, or whatever it is I'm doing, once I'm through it, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you made me do this. This was so great. He's like, I know.
Yeah.
I know you would like it.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you just overthink it, and you get anxious, and then you think you won't like it.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Or
is
you
holding
try
you
to
back.
avoid it for whatever reason.
Exactly.
'Cause, as you pointed out, we're all avoiders in our family.
Oh, we are. We're big
And
avoiders.
unfortunately, I'm married to an avoider, so he doesn't push.
Yeah, see, mine is not an avoider. I'm very blessed. I didn't marry
Yes.
myself. Didn't marry a male version of myself or a person like me.
Yeah.
Because he's not. It doesn't mean Ayanda doesn't have moments where he avoids stuff too.
Oh, everybody does.
'Cause yeah,
but
exactly.
We've made an art out of it.
Yeah,
in our family.
100%. But he's very good for pushing and making things shit happen. And he's like, I know you would have liked this, even though you feel anxious about it.
Right.
And he's like,
right.
we're gonna do it. Even
Yes.
if he has to hold my fucking hand through it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's, something I'm sitting with, and you're right, self-reflection. And I just have to,
Sometimes you just gotta just like
put my big girl pants on and push through.
Sometimes you just gotta jump into the water.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Jump in the deep
Jump
end and
in the
swim.
deep- Exactly. It
and,
sucks.
and it's a funny analogy since I have to go on a boat.
Yeah. Maybe don't do that now.
Yeah.
In the winter with the ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I like see like the boats and like their big paths. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't want to get stuck under the ice.
Yeah, right?
Not
oh
fun.
my god. That would be
Terrifying.
terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, like whenever it happens in movies where they're
Oh
like,
my god, that feels like
I'm
worse.
holding my breath with them and going,
Oh.
come on, hurry up.
I always like, you always people talk about swimming in ice, like not swimming, skating on ice. I'm like, I'd rather just do a regular rink where I know it's just grass under. There's nothing.
Right.
I'm not falling through anything. Like I know
Yeah.
they do the test, but I don't know. It
I
just
had
scares
a
me.
scary
Scares me.
experience when I was a kid. We were playing some stupid like tag game, and I ran out on ice
Oh my god.
that was on a flowing river, and I was standing in the middle of the river, and the person that was chasing me said, "Okay, I'm gonna stop because you got to get off the ice because it's not safe."
Yeah,
blah,
this
blah.
is scary.
And all of a sudden, I heard crack, 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 and I immediately went down like army style.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, because I realized, it's because I'm standing that
Yeah.
and it started going up, and I had to crawl and grab the edge.
Oh my god.
And the person that was chasing me kind of came out a little bit and
tried to like reach.
held his
yeah.
hand out so that I
Oh
could,
my god.
Yeah, it was very
That's
scary.
so scary. Friend of
I
mine-
got off, obviously. I'm fine.
She's alive, not wet or cold or frozen.
Yeah.
No limbs have been lost.
But there's many times in my life where I did stupid shit that I'm surprised I am still here.
She can't go on a boat. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly.
No, a friend of mine was telling me that her one of her son's friends fell through the ice. They were like had a dog and they were walking the dog.
Oh my
And
god.
where they are is the like lake.
Right.
And it was frozen, but obviously not frozen enough. And for some reason decided to walk on it, fell into the ice, thankfully somehow got out of the ice.
Oh my god.
And made it to her place because I guess that was the closest place. She got him in right away.
Yeah.
And like got him out of his wet clothing and stuff. But apparently his uncle had passed away the same way. I'm like, what are you thinking going on the ice
Yeah.
then? Like, I feel like I'm like the
Shouldn't
dad.
that be a story that makes you
Yeah.
aware of this?
It's like,
And-
shouldn't, like, I'm sure your father is drilled, because it was his dad's brother, I guess.
Right, right.
I'm like, if that happened to, like, our son or something, I'd be drilling into the kids, like, constantly,
Yeah.
like, we do not go on the ice. We do
Yeah.
not go on the ice. Like,
Exactly.
they would be so scared to skate, because I would have drilled it so hard into them, we do not go on the ice.
Yeah, because like I mean, I got the bottom half of me wet
Yeah.
getting off the ice, and
Imagine
people
how
don't.
cold that was.
Oh, it was fucking freezing. But you know, it's amazing how fast hypothermia sets in.
Oh, very quickly, yeah.
And they like the kids that I was playing with knew to get me back to the house where I was staying overnight
Yeah.
with my girlfriend, my little girlfriend at the time. And they, yeah, like the mom stripped me down, and you know,
have to- you
they
gotta
were
get-
rubbing my legs.
Yeah, you gotta get
and-
the circulation going.
yeah, because
and
I was just sitting there.
And you have to be careful not to get you too hot too fast, because
Yes.
that's dangerous as well.
Yes, because then
It's-
they got me into a hot tub.
Yeah.
and yeah, they
You gotta like raise up your temperature slowly. It's a whole thing.
yeah, she made me some. I think it was a tea she made me and made me drink it, so I was getting warm inside and out. You know,
my friend made the kid a hot chocolate. She's like, I don't even know what I had hot, but like, here's some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
She got him like warm clothing. She thinks she said she put him in her bathrobe even, and it was like
Right.
warming him up. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my god.
because when you get that cold, sometimes it gets really hard to get your temperature
Back
back,
up.
up. You know, like Kramer on Seinfeld. Like, I can't get my core temperature high.
Exactly.
Falls asleep in the hot tub and it goes cold. It's like only Kramer would do something
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it like when I see YouTube videos about it, I'm always like, you do not understand how serious this is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be your whole body that goes in.
No.
And like once it sets in, it just
It continues. Well, it's just like even
it's like a evil thing.
Well, that's what I always say. Like, I even remember like taking the girls tobogganing, because Lucy in particular likes to do the sledding,
Right.
and we would go out sometimes like 2 hours, which is a long time, and I would bundle up. But sometimes once your feet get cold, you get
Oh,
home
yeah.
and you're right, it just starts to like get like, if you could feel it, like when you say it, like the cold seeps into your bones, it really does. Like
Yes.
you just get so cold. I remember being like, okay, put new socks on. I get like the heating pad, I get the blanket, I get sweaters. Like, oh my god, the kids are like perfectly fine, and here I
Yeah.
am like,
Oh, I know. Like you can't take the cold as you get older.
oh my god, no,
in the
you
same
can't.
way that you did as a kid.
No,
You know?
you cannot. And even when I know like that, I always like make sure I dress warmly, knowing like, well, I'm not tobogganing, so I'm not getting my blood pumping.
No.
I'm not moving the same way.
And also too, you know, your body's like, oh, this is cold. Let's take it away from the
Yeah,
extremities.
exactly. Immediately suck it up. It's like, no,
All to the core.
please bring it back down.
It's like you're stamping your feet, going, okay, come on, body.
Exactly. I know
There's
there's
warmth down there.
on one particular cold day, I had like 3 socks on, and then I had like 2 pairs of pants and like 3 sweaters and
You're
2.
like the kid on Christmas Story.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, I'm bundled. like,
It's like, Mommy, you can't put your arms down. I don't need to.
don't need to. Only when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Ideally, that would be helpful.
yes, yeah.
But at least one arm down.
You know what'd be cool? You know how they have the heated seats and they have the heated steering wheel?
Yeah.
Have heated gas pedal.
Oh.
So your
that
driving
would be
foot
really nice.
stays nice
I
and
do
warm.
have like the option when you get the fan to like blow.
Yeah,
the air.
yeah,
But
that's-
it takes forever for that. It
Oh.
always feels like it never.
When you first get it blowing, it's like a winter storm
Oh my
coming
god!
at you.
It's like, but you still need to blow it so it warms up. So it's like it feels like counterintuitive. Like I'm like,
But in the summer, it blows heat.
oh, I know it's because it's the engine air, and like that's the whole purpose behind it. Well, obviously not when it's cold, because it's a different.
Come on.
When you're getting the cold air, but it still blows the hot air. I'm like, it's supposed to work fast. Like I'm not waiting for the engine to heat up and then I'm getting the hot
Yeah.
air. It should just be like cold.
Yeah,
Why do I have to-
I press the air conditioning
yeah.
button.
Or at least like have some type of delay option. So once it cold is cool
Or
enough.
could it not blow over there?
Yeah, like
Well,
why is it to blow here? And like I get you can move the things, but like there's only so much you can do. It's still gonna blow like
Yeah.
towards you.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it's the worst. It's the worst. I can't decide which one's worse, the hot air or the cold air.
Yeah,
when
because you
don't-
get in the car and you're super hot, and you're like, okay, I need air conditioning. You're like, oh my God, okay. And then suddenly it goes cold and you're like,
Yeah.
yes.
I know, depending on how good your car is, some are faster than theirs.
Yes.
Ours isn't too bad. It cools down pretty fast.
Yeah, so does
which
mine.
I think
but...
it depends on how hot the day is. Though, 'cause
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a little bit more.
And my car is a black car.
Yeah,
so it
that
absorbs
gets
the heat.
very hot.
Yes.
I know. I always find I'm like, I don't really like the look of white cars, but I always think the warmth in the summer, how nice it would be. But then in the winter,
You're gonna be
you
cold.
You're really effing cold. It's like, where do I want to trade off?
Yeah,
I think I
exactly.
do prefer a white car for a black car just for the
Heat.
warmth.
Oh yeah.
And the heat, because he can take that better, but I can take the cold better. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But now as I say that, as I'm getting older, I can't take the cold as well
It's
as I
funny
used
because
to.
anytime he's borrowed my car, the heat is always as high as it can go.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
just,
got a toasty thing.
oh my
happening
god,
in
I
there.
know. He does the same thing in our car. Sometimes when he picks us up after like he's been driving it from like work or something, I'm like, oh my god, turn these things down. I'm so hot.
Yes,
Like I gotta roll down this window. Like you and I are
You're like a dog, like
basically. There has been times where I'm like, oh my god. It's like you and I have clearly very different.
yeah. I mean,
Tolerances
I
to-
like the new cars where they have the dual temperature thing.
Yeah, ours doesn't have a dual one, unfortunately.
Oh,
It has a
okay.
lot of good features, just not that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, of all the things it could not have, that's like the least important.
that's not a deal breaker.
No, I'm
Yeah.
like, we have a heated steering wheel, which is a dream.
Oh my god! When I
love-
discovered the heated steering wheel,
it's the best.
I don't think I could do it without a heated steering wheel now.
It's so brutal. When I had to use Namusa's car at one point, and she does not have a heated steering wheel. I was so cool because I've always, since I've been driving, I've always had a heated steering wheel.
Right.
I was like, this is terrible. I was driving with fingers. I was like, this hurts.
I know because it's so freaking
It's
cold.
so cold. I'm like, now I know why everyone always used to complain because I've been spoiled my whole driving career that I could just have a heated steering wheel. I've been very comfortable.
Best feature ever.
Oh, 100%. I don't love that he had that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
that
this is-
would be a deal breaker
that
for
would
me.
I now that we have our car and it has a lot of bells and whistles, I'm like, I don't think I could ever get a car that doesn't have bells and whistles because I've been a little too spoiled now.
Yeah,
I'd be
right?
willing to pay the higher monthly thing to get the bells and whistles. That's
Yeah,
all
some
I'm
of the
okay.
bells and whistles are totally
Yeah,
worth it.
heated car seats,
Yeah.
the heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
Those are like two.
And I would give up a heated car seat before I'd give up a heated steering wheel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I love the heated seats, don't
I
get
was
me
gonna
wrong.
say, but
I won't
having
give
that
up
steering wheel, yeah, it hurts in the winter.
does, it
really
does.
hurts.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, if you already have sensitive hands, which I do, so getting the cold in the hands, you're like, oh, it
Yeah,
hurts.
like you say, you're driving with
Yeah.
the fingertips.
It's like, this is very safe. Or you're driving with gloves that are like, this is not much traction.
yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
well, the
If
road
I
is,
really needed to turn fast, I would not be able to
Yeah.
do that.
it's like the roads are slippery and so are my gloves. Maybe
Oh
not
my
the
God.
best matching situation.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, heated steering wheel for
It's
the
a-
safety of
100%.
you and
You-
other drivers.
I think you can get ones that are covers now that you can
Oh.
plug in. So
Oh,
for
okay.
those that don't have it,
You can get the cover.
I don't know.
and you can get things I know for the seats too.
yeah. So I'm like, worst case, you could buy those.
Yeah.
And I would definitely probably if I could get a cover that could go over the car seat that I could just plug in
Mm-hmm.
and then have just the arm like have pay for the heated steering wheel. I'd probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be doing that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Now I feel bad. I mean, this is probably why children are in the back because
Oh,
there's
they're so-
nothing back there.
No,
no heat, no air
I think it depends
conditioning.
on some of the cars because some of the like SUVs or vans you can get
Oh, you can't get heat.
features.
Oh.
I think you can.
Okay.
But those are really fancy bells and whistles.
Oh, okay.
But it does get cold in the back seat. I remember one time.
I mean, that's why kids are there. They don't feel the cold.
they don't feel the cold.
They don't feel the heat.
well,
either.
and you can have a blanket and you can, I don't know, nestle up. I do remember
Yeah.
one time though.
Or you can throw them a popsicle. I mean, if they're hot,
Yeah, there's
that cools them down.
At least with the AC, I find it doesn't work as bad because you can you get the air flowing through.
Yes, yeah.
And it cools down a lot faster.
Yeah,
And the heat does eventually warm up.
yeah.
In the car, I just find it takes a while to get
Back there.
back there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always feel bad because I remember one time me and I
Because
were-
then you have to turn the fan at max, and you
Yeah.
can't hear anybody.
Oh my god! I know Lucy always wants to tell me the most in-depth story, and I'm like, oh, "Girl, I can't hear you. I'm
the
trying."
fan's at 6.
Yeah, I'm literally
It's
trying to get the fan to go as far back. I'm trying to blast this car so that you're warm back there.
Yes.
So I'm going deaf, so I can warm your asses.
It's like you're right beside an airplane motor or
Yeah.
something. It's like,
Well, especially ours because we got ours was sounded particularly noisy recently because we had gone it just cleaned
oh,
and it was so loud and I never like. Is it supposed to sound that loud, or was ours so dusty we didn't notice, so it really muffled it, and now it's super loud. I was like, even like when we took it to the mechanic, I'm like, you should maybe ask. Like, I don't know if that's normal. It's less noisy now, so I think it was just
okay.
because it was so clean and
Right.
we weren't used to
you
it.
sprayed a little dust on it for you.
We weren't because I replaced it, I think, completely.
Oh, right,
So it was
right.
super fresh and super clean, and apparently a lot noisier than
Yeah.
we ever realized.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
So it was
Yeah, because like when I go through the drive-through, if I've just started the car and I've got the fan and the radio
yeah.
going, I turn the radio down, I turn the fan
Yeah.
down.
So I'll have to deal with the cold for a moment more
Yeah.
while I try and hear you.
While I get my coffee.
Exactly. Because it gets so loud.
It
And then if
does.
you have the music on, which we often do, so you have the music going and the
you're-
fan
and it's going really loud because you got to put it
Well,
above
exactly.
the fan noise.
100%. And if and Lucy can't hear it, she'll get mad. She's like, I can't hear it.
Oh god!
I'm like, oh my God.
and
And then
it's
God,
blaring in your ears.
God forbid a police or a fire truck goes by because I'm not hearing nothing. I also have to keep out for lights.
Yeah, good thing they have lights too. You
I,
know?
right? There was one time I remember crossing. Thankfully, I had crossed this before, but I had my music blaring, and I was like, I was at what McDonnell concession.
Okay.
Had that one cell lights there. And my light had just turned green, so I was going, I'm like, oh, why are the cars turning off to the side? I look, and there's an ambulance coming. I'm like, oh, shoot. And like, but I didn't hear nothing.
Right,
And then once I
right,
didn't
yeah.
see it until obviously I'd already been going.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just thought, cars are being weird.
Yeah. What's wrong with
it
everyone?
was well enough far enough away
That you weren't
I
in
was-
the way.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't it wasn't accident or wasn't causing any kind of
Right.
potential issue
Yeah.
or anything.
Ambulance flips over because pedestrian does not notice.
But it's bad. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta make sure I turn this
Well,
music
yeah,
down.
I worry about some of the people that do the earbuds while
in their
they're
when they're
while they're
walking.
driving. Yeah, but even while they're walking,
Yeah,
and-
you don't. People don't always hear everything. I always remember when I used to walk, I'd always try and either have one out or I keep it low enough that I could still hear,
right?
but I was still listening like
yeah,
around.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But yeah, there's some people you definitely know
yeah.
are just like zoned out. And like, as a pedestrian, you have to be a little bit more actively aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, especially in our city, and there's certain parts like out in the suburbs.
There's some areas that are
they're
just
not used to pedestrians.
They're not very
So
they're
they
not
don't always look
pedestrian
for them.
friendly.
Yeah,
And they forget that there's people who actually walk.
yeah. Well, like this intersection here, because it's in that area where people don't usually have a lot of pedestrians.
Yeah.
I've been almost hit a
Sorry,
couple of
this would
times.
be-
Oh, okay. All right.
Hello?
Catherine has to take an important phone call.
Yeah, speaking.
It might be the school, so we're not sure. So it's just me. There. Have any questions? Want to know about anything? Actually, I'll take the time now to ask you to subscribe to our channel. If you want to know anything, everything, or nothing at all, if you have any questions for that podcast, please put them in the comments or message me. You can find me on Facebook under Goddess Garage Tarot Parlor. You can friend me and follow me under Rhonda Devlin Gilbert. And what else? So like I said, subscribe to our channel. This is our Everything, Anything, and Nothing at All podcast, but we also have a Tarot Delights podcast. We did that last night. Normally we do it on Monday nights or sometimes Wednesday nights, depending on my partner's schedule, Kayla, who helps me with that podcast. And ring the fairy bell, as we say, so you get notifications when these podcasts come up. Please like and share. You can also go and give me a Google review if you're enjoying these podcasts. If you'd like to do a tarot reading, that's what I do. I also do past life regressions. I do numerology. I do sort of life purpose. I do shamanic work as well. I'm a woman with many degrees of knowledge. So you can find me on Patreon. So it's not Patreon. I'm on Patreon, Patron. It's a local thing for Kingston. You can go there and follow me there. I put up specials up there. I also put all our workshops, our events, our classes, our boot camps, all that kind of stuff on our group on Facebook, Goddess Garage. And you can find me on Instagram under Goddess Garage. Where else? Oh, Ko-Fi. You can get a membership because I have memberships on Ko-Fi that you can help support me so I can continue to do these podcasts. And I would love it if you could do it. It starts at $5 a month. So, less than a couple of cups of coffee. You can support me and you get special prices and special deals. You get deals ahead of time as well, so you get a sneak peek kind of thing. Because I'm going to extend the New Year reading, but just for the Ko-Fi members. So yeah, it goes up to $22 a month, I believe it is. So there's a 5 and 11 and 22. So however way you want to support, and the 22 actually really pays off because I think you get quite a few free tarot readings out of it. So you're, getting a big bang for your buck, so to speak. So yeah, there's that. I guess that's everything. And Catherine's on the phone call still. So I might leave it at that for this time round. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please come and find me, like I said, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Ko-Fi, Ko-Fi, and you can look for Goddess Garage. I'm right on there. And then, of course, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, please let us know. Okay, bye.